Hello again, fish lots. Let's take a look at the Trilene knot. All right, now I'm gonna walk you through step by step just how to tie a Trilene knot and why you would wanna tie a Trilene knot. So this big old lure right here, this is called a dock, right? This is from Rhode Island, I believe. And this is a big walking plug for big striped bass. And just look at the size of this lure. So if you're gonna tie a Palomar knot, what you would have to do is you'd have to fold over your knot. You'd have to pass it through the eye right here. Okay, you're gonna have to make a loop. And then you're gonna have to pass this loop that you have to make through this entire lure. And for lures this big, this just gets super cumbersome. You gotta wrap it around. There's a lot of line you gotta then pull through, and it just kind of becomes a mess. So a great alternative to the Palomar knot, especially when talking about these big old lures right here, is the Trilene knot. And it really is a super strong, super easy knot to tie. So what we're gonna do is you have the head of your lure right here. You're gonna take your tag end, you're gonna pass it through. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna immediately pass this tag end through a second time to create a loop as I drop this big heavy lure. And you know, I just dropped it right there. That just goes to show you just, you know, how big some of these lures are, especially for tuna fishing. We'll use this Trilene knot a lot. And now you have two loops through the main part of the lure right here. This could either be the eye, this could be a hook, this could be whatever you're tying it to. And I like to keep this loop about 1/4 of an inch like this as I'm tying it. So I just keep an eye on this loop. I want to keep this loop intact as I'm tying this lure. So now here's my tag end and my main line. I'm just gonna wrap this around about 5 times. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5 for mono. That is perfectly fine. If you're using braid, I would recommend at least 7 wraps, and honestly probably more like 7 to 10 wraps, because braid is just so much thinner on diameter than mono. So now that you have your 5 wraps for mono, you have your tag end right here. You're gonna pass it through this loop that you just made. Now you should have something that looks like this. Okay, now what I like to do, and this is a mistake when people tie the Trilene knot, is I like to hold on to this tag end, and as I put pressure on the main line to cinch down the knot, I'm also pulling on the tag end of the Trilene knot. This way the tag end doesn't loop underneath the knot, and I get a very smooth, very easy knot. You see how that's cinching down? I'm doing it nice and slow. You see how I keep pressure on the tag end as well as the main line. And look at that, it cinches down really nice. Now at this point, this is about hand tight. I don't want to go any further than that. You can see there's no crimps in the line right there, no burning, whatever you want to call it. Now is a point where I'm going to wet this either with water or my saliva. Right now I'm just going to do saliva. Okay, now this is all nice and wet with saliva. Now I'm going to cinch it down. There you go. And that's it. That is the Trilene knot. Look at that. That is a really, really nice and neat knot. The other nice thing about the Trilene knot is this tag end exits right here by the eye itself. So you can cut this very close to the lure here, just like that. It's going to maintain its strength, and that tag end really doesn't interfere at all with the knot. If you're bringing this through weeds or anything, it's really out of the way. And if you think the Trilene knot is impressive, fish lots, go ahead and click on this video right here where I walk you through step by step the Palomar knot, just how easy it is to tie, and I point out a lot of pitfalls people fall into when tying that knot as well. So hope you enjoyed the video, fish lots. I'll see you out there on the water.